Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Arun and today I am here to talk about the story of a businessman. It was actually basically I saw it in the news and it's actually an event that happened some time back. So once upon a time there was a big businessman. He was a renowned businessman. He was usually there in the limelight. Every other day his photos will be there in magazines and newspaper. He was one of the country's best businessmen. And one fine day in one of his board meetings, he came across an idea that okay, there is a village nearby about 150 kilometers away, and there's a good piece of land which their company can get it in cheap rates. And they thought they came across a business idea that okay, they will set up a plant there for water, where the water will be purified. It was nearby, there was a lot of rivers, and they will supply it to the city, the packaged water. So he thought that idea would be really good, and on one fine day he started driving towards that place to see the land, basically, just to observe if it is worthwhile to invest in that place. So he started driving towards the village, and he was driving for 5-6 hours. Then meanwhile there came a point where the road was blocked, and it was all because that village was surrounded by the river. So he had like two options. Either we could go back and take a long route and come back to the village, which would like take about 10 hours. The other option was he can take the river. There was a boat standing there, and with which he could reach in 20 minutes. So he asked the seller. He thought he got down from his car, and he reached out to the seller that I want to go to the village on the other side, and would you give me the lift? So he said, yes sir, please come. This is my day-to-day job. I am a sailor, I am on this boat. My job is to pick people from this side of the river to that side of the river. So I'll drop you. And so he said, okay, whatever money you want, I'll pay you that. And in fact, I'll pay you more, whatever you need. So this businessman sat in the boat, and they started. So once they started, after say 5 minutes, the businessman asked him, hey sailor, that he asked that person, the village guy. He was actually from the local village. So he asked, do you know who is sitting in your boat today? He said, no sir, no idea, I don't know you. He said, do you read newspapers? Haven't you seen my photograph anytime? He said, no sir, I am illiterate, I have never been to school, so I don't know you. I never read newspaper in my life. Then he said, oh, the businessman gave a weird reaction. He said, oh man, your life is, it's so miserable. You don't know even reading or writing. Then some more time passed by. After that he asked the sailor, do you know, you are seeing your village towards that river side by side. After 6 months we will put up a factory over there, and you won't see all these greenery. Rather you will see a big factory over there from where water bottles will be supplied to the city. And then the person said, the businessman asked him, have you ever been to cities? Again the seller said, the village guy, sir, I have never been to cities. I have always lived in my village. I have never been outside my village. So again, second time the businessman said, oh man, your life is so miserable. It's a waste of, you have wasted your life. You have never been outside the village. This is not good. So then the person, the seller, he got bothered by his thoughts, and he started thinking in his head that okay, is really I am living a life, is it worth it, or have I wasted my life completely? And those thoughts were there in his mind. It was a manual boat, it was not a motor boat, so he was just sailing it, and suddenly the boat stuck to a big storm, and there was a hole in the boat, and the water started coming in. The water started to sink, and suddenly the businessman started fearing. Then this sailor asked him, hey sir, do you know swimming? Then the businessman said, no, I don't know swimming, but why are you asking me that? So he said, sir, I can't say this boat is going to sink now. We have to jump and we have to swim to reach the other side. And suddenly the businessman was like in all sorts of fear, and he started requesting the sailor that please save my life, and whatever you want, I will give you whatever money you want, I will take care of your family, I will buy you a new house, you just save me. So that person, the sailor told, "Sir, don't worry. I know swimming and I know how to save people. I have been all my life in this village and I have saved many lives like that. People were about to, die, but I saved them. So don't worry, you just hold me tight and we will be there on the other side of the river. So just don't worry." And immediately that businessman realized, okay, what mistake he had made by disrespecting the sailor in his initial conversation. So he realized and he felt sorry. So once they reached safely towards the other side of the river, he asked him like, "Okay, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Whatever my words, I shouldn't have said those things to you." And later he realized that, okay, everybody has their own learnings in this life. Not everyone is fortunate enough to get to the best of the education and have gone to the best of the school and become a big businessman. So the moral of the story is just that we shouldn't judge the success of a person just by where he is. Rather, we should also look at the circumstances where he has been. In which circumstances he has grown up. So everybody will have their own life, and we should never make fun of anyone. So that was the moral of the story.